Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we dive deep into Goa's incredible past and its natural beauty. We will walk through centuries old churches in Old Goa, uncover forgotten stories at St. Catherine's Chapel, step inside the fascinating Archaeological Museum, feel the ocean breeze at Dona Paula Jetty, and end the day with a magical sunset cruise on the Mandovi River. Today's journey is packed with history, beauty, and unforgettable moments. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and let's dive into day 2 of our Goa adventure. We begin our morning with breakfast. We had breakfast included in our package. The hotel offered buffet-style breakfast, variety ranging from continental to North Indian to South Indian. They had live dosa and omelette counter and a huge selection of fruits. Everything we had tasted delicious. After a nice healthy breakfast at our hotel, we set out to Old Goa to uncover the mysteries of the Portuguese Empire that once was the heart of Goa. Our first stop, Old Goa, once the proud capital of Portuguese India in the 16th century. This area today is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, filled with spectacular churches, chapels, and colonial architecture. We begin at the Basilica of Bom Jesus, one of the most famous landmarks in Goa. Inside you will find the preserved body of Saint Francis Xavier, one of the founders of the Jesuit order, and often called the Apostle of the Indies. Nestled in the heart of Old Goa, the Bom Jesus Basilica stands as a beacon of faith and history. A place where time has preserved not just relics, but the spirit of a missionary's legacy. He traveled across Asia spreading Christianity, and after his death in 1552, his body was found to be remarkably well preserved, a sign of sainthood for many. Even today, pilgrims come from around the world to honor him here. One of the most revered saints in the Christian world, Saint Francis Xavier, was a 16th century Spanish missionary and co-founder of the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuits. Born in 1506, he was a scholar at the University of Paris before being inspired by Saint Ignatius of Loyola to dedicate his life to missionary work. In 1542, he arrived in Goa, which was then a Portuguese colony, and made it the base for his missionary journey across India, Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, and Japan. Known for his compassion, humility, and zeal, he shared his faith and gospel to thousands and establishing strong roots of Christianity in Asia. Saint Francis Xavier died in 1552 on Sanshin Island near China, while awaiting permission to enter the country for missionary work. His body was brought back to Goa and enshrined here at the Basilica of Bom Jesus, where it remains remarkably well preserved in a silver casket. Every 10 years, his sacred relic is brought down for public veneration in a grand exposition that draws pilgrims from around the world. You are now seeing a glimpse of the chariot using during this year's procession, a rare and spiritual event that unites history, faith, and tradition in one moving experience. We booked 2 guides for our Old Goa tour, one for Bom Jesus Basilica Church
लाल कलर का जो कॉमन लोकली मिलता है, जो दूसरा है ना सीमेंट कलर का बास वैसे वैसे है। ये बिल्डिंग को भी पहला लाइम प्लास्टर था जैसा बनी।
Just across the square, towering over the city, lies the Grand Sea Cathedral, a symbol of the triumph of faith and the Portuguese presence in Goa. Step inside and feel the echoes of centuries of worship. Right next to Basilica is the Sea Cathedral, dedicated to Saint Catherine of Alexandria. It was built to celebrate the Portuguese victory over a Muslim army on Saint Catherine's feast day in 1510, marking the start of Portuguese rule in Goa. This is one of the largest churches in Asia, and its golden bell is said to have one of the richest stones ever cast. It was constructed after the Portuguese defeated the Sultan of Bijapur in 1510, marking Goa as a key Christian stronghold in Asia. Walking through the long, majestic nave feels like stepping into another era. Inside the cathedral house, there are five altars and five chapels, each dedicated to a saint or religious figure, reflecting the Catholic devotion that shaped Goa's history. A few steps away, the St. Francis of Assisi Church invites you into the serene embrace, where simplicity meets beauty and the humble spirit of St. Francis lives on through every brushstroke and stone. A short walk away, we arrive at the Church of St. Francis of Assisi. Built in 1661, this church features beautiful Portuguese manolin and Baroque architecture. Inside, colorful murals tell the story of St. Francis of Assisi, a humble friar who gave up wealth to live in poverty and serve others. His values of compassion, peace, and brotherhood deeply inspired the Catholic mission in Goa. Hidden among the grand cathedrals of Old Goa lies a quite forgotten place where Goa's colonial story truly began. Across the lawns of Old Goa, we come to the peaceful and historic St. Catherine's Chapel. Right in the front of the chapel, you will notice the stone mills and several ancient tombstones laid flat on the ground. These stone mills were used by the Portuguese army to make gunpowder. As for the tombstones, they are thought to mark the graves of some of Goa's early Portuguese officials and missionaries. This is actually the first Christian structure ever built in Goa, dating back to 1510. It was constructed by the Portuguese general to commemorate his successful conquest of Goa, which happened fittingly on St. Catherine's feast day. Standing here with the chapel, the ancient stone, and the quiet surroundings, it really feels like stepping back into history. Though smaller and simpler than the grand cathedrals nearby, this chapel holds huge symbolic value. It marked the very beginning of Portuguese rule in Goa and, by extension, the beginning of centuries of European influence on India's west coast. We highly recommend booking a guide as you will know more about Goan history and culture through them.
My name is Virendra Khandolkar. This doing 40 years foreigners as well as Indians.
Before leaving Old Goa, we stop at the Archaeological Museum. Housed in a former convent next to the Church of St. Francis of Assisi, the museum displays a fascinating collection of portraits, religious artifacts, colonial weapons, and sculptures from Portuguese Goa. After exploring the serene churches of Old Goa, we made our way to the vibrant heart of Panjim to visit one of the city's most iconic landmarks, Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception Church. This beautiful white church, built in 1541, originally served as a chapel for Portuguese sailors arriving in Goa. It later expanded into the grand structure you see, famous for its symmetrical zigzag staircase and striking Baroque architecture. Standing proudly on a hilltop overlooking Panjim city, the Immaculate Conception Church continues to be a symbol of hope and guidance for travelers. much like it was centuries ago. Unfortunately, this church is now closed for visitors. All that exploring worked up an appetite, and we wrapped up non Panjim's adventure with a hearty lunch. Next, we drive down to the iconic Dona Paula Jetty, one of Goa's most romantic spots. Standing at the edge of the jetty, you will see the sparkling waters where the Mandovi and Zuari rivers meet the Arabian Sea. The breeze here is so refreshing and the views absolutely Instagram worthy. If you are up for some action, you will find water sports stalls nearby offering jet skiing, kayaking, and parasailing too. Goa is not just famous for its beaches and churches, it's also known for its vibrant casino scene. The state has become one of India's most popular gambling destinations, offering a mix of traditional casino games, live entertainment, and luxurious setting, all with the backdrop of the scenic Mandovi River. And finally, to close out our beautiful day, a sunset cruise on the Mandovi River. We booked Nirvana cruise which costed 450 rupees per person that leaves from Santa Monica Jetty every day at 6 p.m. This cruise is one of the new cruise added to the collection here at Mandovi River. It has an enclosed top deck to protect you from the scorching heat of Goa. This cruise takes around 1 hour and covered the famous Atal Setu Bridge, Governor's Palace, Miramar Beach and Fort Aguada. As the ferry gently pulls away from Panjim Jetty, traditional Goan folk performances like Dekni and Fogdi light up the stage on board. Atal Setu is 5.1 kilometers long, making it the third longest cable bridge in India, stretching across the Mandovi River in Panjim, the state capital. You will catch glimpse of the Adil Shah Palace, floating casinos, riverfront cafes, and Panjim city slowly lighting up for the night. Book your tickets online to avoid long queues and grab a seat on the upper deck for the best sunset views. The floating casinos of Goa are legal under the state's regulation, which allow casinos to operate on ships anchored on the Mandovi River. One of the most exciting ways to experience Goa's casinos is through the casino cruises that sail along the Mandovi River. This setup makes Goa one of the few places in India where casino gambling is legal. We passed by famous casinos like Deltin, Big Daddy, Majestic Casino, and more. These floating casinos offer an unforgettable experience where you can try your luck at games like roulette, blackjack, and slot machines, all while enjoying the stunning river views and the cool sea breeze. These casino cruises are a unique blend of luxury and adventure that attracts both domestic and international tourists. Whether you are an experienced gambler or simply looking to enjoy the entertainment and ambience, the floating casinos in Goa provide an experience that combines gambling, fine dining, live shows, and beautiful views of the river. With a fulfilling dinner at the Zaika restaurant, we wrap up an unforgettable day 2 in Goa. From walking through the timeless halls of Old Goa's majestic churches to catching golden hour on the Mandovi River and exploring the colorful streets of Panjim. But hold on, the adventure isn't over yet. Coming up in day 3, we take you deep into nature's wonders as we chase the roar of Dudhsagar waterfalls, walk through aromatic trails in a traditional spice plantation, and visit the peaceful Father Agnel Monastery in Pilar, tucked away in Goa's lush countryside. If you enjoyed this journey, hit that like button, leave a comment with your favorite moment, and subscribe for more travel stories from Goa and beyond. Thanks for watching and see you on day 3.